Hello friends, welcome again to कर्मवीर भाऊराव पाटील विद्यालय and Junior College of Science, Sarola Kasar. In the last lecture, we have seen the theories of acid and bases. In that, we have studied the Arrhenius theory and its limitations, then Bronsted-Lowry theory, then conjugate acid and bases. Today, we have to see the amphoteric nature of water, then Levy's theory for acid and base, and ionization of acids and bases. Now, first point is the amphoteric nature of water. What is meant by amphoteric nature, or what is meant by amphoteric substance? The substance which can accept the proton as well as donate the protons is called as the amphoteric in nature. Or the what is meant by amphoteric property? The properties of the substance which can accept the proton or donate the protons, such property is called as the amphoteric property. And this property depends on the Bronsted-Lowry theory. In the last lecture, we have seen the Bronsted-Lowry theory. According to the Bronsted-Lowry theory, the definition of acid and bases is that the acid is the substance which donates the proton and base is the substance which accepts the proton. Therefore, here the property of the substance which can donate as well as accept the proton, such property is called as the amphoteric substance or amphoteric property. And such property is present in the water, so water is an amphoteric in nature. Therefore, here water can accept as well as donates the proton depending on the nature of other substance with water is reacted, and hence water is an amphoteric in nature. How this water acts as a base? Suppose water is a base, and according to the Bronsted-Lowry theory, the base is the substance which accepts the proton. Here, water when reacts with HCl, it accepts the proton and acts as a base. या ठिकाणी वॉटरची अभिक्रिया कोणाबरोबर केली? HCl बरोबर, आणि मग HCl मधून एक हायड्रोजन कोण घेतो? वॉटर, and it becomes H3O, and therefore water is a base because what? It accepts the proton. Then water acts as an acid. How this water is an acid? According to the Bronsted-Lowry theory, acid is a substance which donates the proton. या ठिकाणी वॉटर ऍसिड आहे आणि वॉटरने काय केलेलं आहे? हायड्रोजन दिलेला आहे, म्हणजे प्रोटॉन डोनेट केलेला आहे. आणि मग काय राहिलं शिल्लक या ठिकाणी? OH. या ठिकाणी हा प्लस आहे, NH4 प्लस प्लस OH मायनस. Therefore here H2O is an acid or water is an acid. That means what? Water when reacts with NH3, it donates the proton and acts as a acid. And these two properties, that means what? It donates the proton as well as it accepts the proton. Such properties present in the water, so water is an amphoteric in nature. That means what? Water can donate as well as accept the proton, so water is an amphoteric in nature. अशा पद्धतीचे क्वेश्चन येऊ शकतो. एक्सप्लेन द वॉटर ॲज अन एम्फोटेरिक इन नेचर फॉर 2 मार्क्स. त्याच्यामध्ये काय लिहायचं? पहिली डेफिनेशन, द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द सबस्टन्स विच कॅन ऍक्सेप्ट द डोनेट्स एज वेल एज ऍक्सेप्ट द प्रोटॉन, सच प्रॉपर्टी इज कॉल्ड एज द एम्फोटेरिक प्रॉपर्टी और एम्फोटेरिक सबस्टन्स. Therefore, here water can accept as well as donate the proton depending on the nature of other substance with water is reacted, and hence water is an amphoteric in nature. आणि हे दोन एक्झाम्पल दाखवायचे, त्या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला 2 मार्क पडून जातात. ओके. नेक्स्ट, Levy's theory of acid and bases. What is meant by acid? According to the Levy's theory, a substance which accepts an electron pair to form coordinate bond is called as the acid. Substance which can accept an electron pair to form coordinate bond is called as an acid. जो पदार्थ इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयर ऍक्सेप्ट करतो आणि त्याच्यापासून काय होतो? कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड तयार होतो, त्या सबस्टन्सला काय म्हणतो आपण? ऍसिड. एक्झाम्पल हियर HCl, BF3. All electrophiles are Levy's acids. सगळे इलेक्ट्रोफाइल्स सर्वच्या सर्व, all electrophiles are Lewis acid. What are the electrophiles? What is meant by electrophiles? Electrophiles म्हणजे पॉझिटिव्हली चार्ज्ड स्पेसिस किंवा न्यूट्रल मॉलिक्युल्स. Positively charged species or neutral molecules having electron deficient center are called as the electrophiles, or it is a electron loving species. इलेक्ट्रॉनला अट्रॅक्ट करतो, म्हणजे ज्याची आवश्यकता आहे म्हणजे ती कमी आहे म्हणजे डेफिशियंट सेंटर आहे ते इलेक्ट्रॉन डेफिशियंट सेंटर. एक्झाम्पल त्या ठिकाणी H+ आहे, Cl+ आहे, त्या ठिकाणी HCl आहे, BF3 आहे, एक्सेट्रा. देन बेस, a substance which can donate the electron pair to form coordinate bond is called as the base. त्या ठिकाणी काय substance which can donate the electron pair, इलेक्ट्रॉन आणि पेअर म्हणजे जोडी, to form what happen coordinate bond is called as the base. Example NH3H2O. या ठिकाणी दिलेले all nucleophiles are Lewis bases. Nucleophiles negatively charged species or neutral molecules having electron rich center are called as the nucleophiles. Originally it is negatively charged species and negative charge कुठं असतो इलेक्ट्रॉन वरती, म्हणून इलेक्ट्रॉन याच्याकडे जास्त असतात, म्हणून it is a electron rich center. Therefore the nucleophiles are negatively charged species or neutral molecules having electron rich center are called as the nucleophiles. H- Cl- are the nucleophiles, and also NH3 and H2 are also the base or the nucleophiles. Then here example दिलेले आहे ठिकाणी acid आणि base. Acid is a substance, what happen, it accepts the pair of electron, and base is a substance which donates the pair of electron. या ठिकाणी नायट्रोजन वरती नायट्रोजन पेअर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन आहे आणि तो काय करतो, नायट्रोजन डोनेट करतो कोणाला, BF3 ला, आणि मग काय होतं या ठिकाणी BF3 आणि अमोनिया दोन्ही मध्ये कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड तयार होतो. म्हणून हॉट the NH3 donate the electron pair and which is accepted by BF3. Hence, NH3 acts as a Lewis base and BF3 acts as a Lewis acid. NH3 acts as the Lewis base because what? It donates the pair of electron, and BF3 acts as a Lewis acid because what? It accepts the pair of electron, and hence the coordinate bond is formed between BF3 and NH3 molecule. या ठिकाणी हा coordinate bond या दोन्हीच्या मध्ये ऍसिड आणि बेसच्या मध्ये तयार झालेला आहे, म्हणून या ठिकाणी दिस इज द formation of coordinate bond between BF3 and ammonia molecule. Similarly, the coordinate bond is formed between H+ ion and NH3, that is base. That means what? हायड्रोजन आणि अमोनिया यांच्यावरती काय झालेलं आहे, आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी coordinate bond तयार झालेला आहे. कारण का तर हायड्रोजन इट accepts the pair of electron from the nitrogen and coordinate bond is formed between hydrogen and ammonia molecule. अशा पद्धतीचा क्वेश्चन येतो, define the term acid and base according to Lewis concept, or explain the formation of coordinate bond according to the Lewis theory. Then next, ionization of acid and base. What is meant by ionization? The splitting up of molecules in positive and negative ions in a solution is called as the ionization, or the formation of ions are called as the ionization. Here, acid and bases are classified as strong acid, strong bases, weak acid, and weak bases on the basis of their extent of ionization. There are four types, which are those: strong acid, strong base, weak acid, weak base. What is meant by strong acids? The acids which are almost completely dissociated in its aqueous solution are called as the strong acid. Example hot HCl. HCl is a strong acid, so it represented by single arrow. HCl aqueous, it gives what? H plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. Other examples like HCl, HNO3 nitric acid, then H2SO4 sulfuric acid, HBr, then HI, then HClO4, etc. Then what is meant by strong base? Similarly, strong acid like strong base, the bases which are almost completely dissociated in its aqueous solution are called as the strong base. Example, potassium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is a strong base, so it ionizes completely and gives K++ OH minus. This potassium hydroxide is a strong base, therefore it is represented by the single arrow. आता या ठिकाणी दोन डेफिनेशन तुम्हाला समजले असेल. स्ट्रॉंग ऍसिड म्हणजे काय? द ऍसिड विच आर ऑलमोस्ट कम्प्लिटली डिसोसिएटेड इन इट aqueous solution and the bases which are almost completely dissociated in aqueous solution are called as a strong base. Or in another word, you can also define the acid is a substance, strong acids, the acid which are almost completely dissociated in its aqueous solution and gives a large number of H plus ions. While the strong base, the bases which are almost completely dissociated in its aqueous solution and gives a large number of OH minus ions are called as the strong base. Then weak acids and weak bases. What is meant by weak acids? The acids which are ionized or dissociated in a small extent in its aqueous solution are called as the weak acids. आता हे weak acid आहे, हे small extent किंवा हे dissociate in a small extent, therefore it represented by double arrow. Therefore the acetic acid dissociate into acetate ion and H plus ions. या ठिकाणी हे H plus ion आहे. Other examples for the weak acids like HCN, hydrogen cyanide, then H2CO3, C6H5COH, benzoic acid, and HNO2, nitrous acid, etc. Then weak bases. What is meant by weak base? The bases which are ionized or dissociated in a small extent in its aqueous solution are called as the weak bases. Example for the weak bases or weak base are NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. It dissociates in a small extent, therefore it represented by the double arrow, ammonium plus plus OH minus. Whenever this ammonium hydroxide dissociate, it gives what? NH4 plus plus OH minus. Other examples of the weak bases like magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, NaPOH thrice and copper hydroxide, etc. This is about the today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will see the Oswald's dilution law for the weak acid and the weak bases. Thanks for watching.